first. Duh. Bruh.
Bruh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Things You Might Have Missed with a different title.
Feels so good to be back in one of these.
Uh, it's good to have you back. Where do we begin? um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where we start with this. I feel like we should probably get the obvious thing out of the way, but at the same time, it's like, man, man, dog. Okay, look, there was a lot that happened, but obviously, the biggest thing coming out of this entire show.
Backwards.
Go backwards. You wanna? Okay, you wanna work back. Well, I'm gonna go forward, but I'm gonna get the biggest thing out of the way first because yeah, we need to get this out of the way first. So, um, okay. First things first. First things first. I'm gonna ask the question that will correlate because I guess I am just curious, even though, what happened to the end is what we're going to mainly be talking about. But I want to know, where does that rank on the all time list for matches? um, that is that is the question that I've been curious about. It's like, I think I know what's gonna happen at the end of the show, but like, at the same time, bro, after my first question, I suppose, before we get into the deep stuff, to go with the match, and then yeah.
I've only seen a couple, but that's one so far for me personally.
Yeah. For people that have been around to see like Cat versus Nevaeh for a reason, this is the question. This is the question. Does this match top Cat Easley versus Nevaeh Lee Hanna? Do we have a new number one match of all time, or does Cat and Nevaeh still hold the number one spot? That is the question I want to know before we jump into the deep stuff, which obviously is
IT's literally a brutal masterpiece. I know IVE said IT a lot, but there's nothing else that can describe IT. Match alone or with everything that happened.
Well,
Plus 10 million aura.
I wouldn't count so much the stuff after the match, but I would count everything from bell to bell.
Of Gracie versus Danielle is the best match.
Awesome. We got two votes on a yes. Yeah, I would count everything that happened bell to bell. What happened after, I don't consider part of the match. I think it could add to it, but it's definitely match of the year. But here's the question: does it go above Cat and Nevaeh for you? That's what I'm curious about, because that's kind of the thing that I've been wondering ever since I recorded the match. I'm like, damn, I wonder if this is gonna be the best match. It sounds like it is though, considering some of the reviews here.
Yes.
Emo kid clutching gif. Oh my god. See, I remember when I was editing it, like adding all the sound effects, but
like that match was just long. Yes, the story of
yeah, typically matches that are gonna be like that are gonna be long. You couldn't have a 15-minute match for the WrestleMania main event. The biggest match of all time had to be like 15, 20 minutes.
Like the sequence is better too now. It def is.
Okay, dope. All right, we have a new number one match of all time. That is awesome. All right, let me add a couple more of these matches. I'm trying to figure out which ones tonight would go on the match of the year candidate list. Because so far I think there's been three. Oh no, there's been seven. Oh my god, there's seven match of the year candidates so far at WrestleMania through night one and two. There's Starlight Kid and Armstrong, Suicide Ride 13XD, Cat and Devin, Gracie Kagetsu. Whatever, bro. Paul and Eli, Erica Casina, Butch and Ian, and then for tonight, I don't think Raph and Bond. I think Max and Igor have. I'm gonna put that on there. Yeah, I think we have Max Armstrong and Igor Volkov on that list. For WrestleMania Night 3. After that, we had what was the match that came after that? I'm so. Oh yeah, Max. Okay, that's not. And then there was JT Lila, Nyla and Ayla, and then of course Danny and Gracie. Yeah. All right, let me put that on the list. 100%. Danielle
I had all 3 male Moti candidates.
Garcia versus Gracie Lewis. WrestleMania
When
Night
are
3.
you updating predictions?
I will do that tonight. Definitely want to probably cool down a little bit though, because men. Okay, we have a new number one thing of all time. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. You have all 3 male match of the year candidates.
There's so many male matches there
There's a
to
lot.
review.
There's a lot of male match of the year. Isaac Butch, both of them. Igor of course has a couple.
Now I gotta shout
Ryan
out
and
the
Matthew, Franco and Akuma, Starlight and Max, Butch and Ian. Yeah,
I think so.
I gotta shower my dick after that. Oh my god. But yeah, let's get into I literally cried at that man. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. The men. Well, I completed my goal in making it emotional, so that's another good
I feel
thing.
like there's blood on me.
There's blood on me, Gracie. Is that you? Damn. Okay. Yeah, let's get into the big talking point. And of course, the big talking point is what happened at the very end. Of course, after the match, finally, after 13 years, they actually fucking kiss each other. We waited a long time for this. It was the perfect moment. Oh my god. Somebody thought somebody was biting her. I think it was Butch, but it was not a bite. She was biting her lip. Anyway. But after that, yeah, you could have had the moment and then,
Danielle sucked her face.
pretty much, yeah. Um, they
met
met when I was in real life, 2
old.
years old, bro.
That IT was me
Oh, it
and
was you? Okay. Um, but yeah, of course, afterwards you had Archangel returning after a year of not being seen on screen since the Slammy Awards. Almost an exact year later, she pops up again, wipes them both out, and then of course, she's been waiting to talk to Gracie in person for a long time because the only interaction she's ever had with Gracie was
Brains loudly crying
mm.
face, loudly crying face. Dude, NGL non-canon, I popped him, sorry.
Understandable. Yeah, because the only time I think Archangel and Gracie have had an interaction in person was the Royal Rumble Year 1 match, which is funny. But anyway, so obviously Archangel has never really gotten the opportunity to like properly talk to Gracie in person, and this is the first time that they did. A Return of the Year candidate, yeah.
Return of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think so.
Dog, imagine what's about to happen at this year's Slammy Awards.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I don't know what more really can happen. I definitely don't want to. I don't want to repeat last year with the Adrian death. I don't think I wouldn't expect anything like that. I think we're just gonna have a Slammy Awards. Just to end off the year on a happy note. Give out some awards, then we'll do the all-time Slammy Awards, and then we'll get into a couple of side projects while, of course, the war is being made. Okay, to nukes the Earth. Yeah, probably. But what I was gonna say was, yeah, she had never gotten a chance to really talk to her in person, and now we know, why she's always wanted to talk to her. Like people have said, she was constantly trying to message her and be like, didn't Archangel say, like, she wanted Gracie to kill her in the war or something like that? She's like, if anybody's gonna kill me, I want it to be you. I think Archangel had said that one time, but that explains it. Anyway, so, yeah, with the reveal, she took her necklace off and put it on, and then Gracie's like, hey, give that shit back. Well, you see, why would I do that if I was the one that gave it to you? Huh? And we got the reveal that Archangel was Haley. Yeah. And what's funny is that Igor had predicted this a while back. He said it was more like a shot in the dark kind of prediction, but yeah, he did predict it. He was like, oh man, I wonder if it's how crazy would it be if it's Haley? Well, you see, about that, maybe it was. Anyway, so we got that reveal, and yeah, man, how do you kill a demon? Well, for one, you gotta be strong enough, I guess. Um, dog, you have to, okay, I think the only person that has ever been able to quote unquote kill one of them was that man that's always been brought up. The only what was it? The only man to ever be able to use blood type at 100%. We don't know his name, but that he gets brought up every now and then. Back at the World War II thing, with Zuanodi being reincarnated or used for the blood or whatever. I think the only time that one has been defeated like that has been by that user. You could consider the other ones with like the whole being trapped inside of the mask and being trapped inside of the body. That's like another thing, but oh, Igor doesn't. Oh shit, Igor really doesn't know the lore. Oh, Igor, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun explaining this to you one day, bro. You're gonna be in for a ride. But regardless, yeah, nobody since then has been able to do anything. That's also because they haven't been around. But now that EOD has been able to take control, get them back, they have advantage. They have Zuanoni on their side. They got Marco and Black Mantis, who are supposedly held by Hellhounds. And then you have, of course, Archangel.
Was
Um,
Injustice DLA taken over by the demon?
no, but no, but then of course you have Haley, who is corrupted and taken over by Zaya, similar to Zoe. I guess you could put it
I
how she
wonder
was,
if
just a
I'll
little
ever
more, yeah, Small Dog has one too. And then of course you have the Vigilante, who we also still don't know. We're waiting to see a little bit more information about him. In the meantime. But regardless of that fact, it's gonna be a crazy road to the war because I think definitely expect a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I think one of the things you can look forward to. I think it's gonna take some time, but one of the things you can look forward to on the lead up to this war is I think it is pretty much like it goes kind of without saying that there are probably going to be deaths in this war. Some of the people that you have been seeing in Justice are no longer going to be seen in a couple of months. So this is kind of your last chance to talk to the people you want to talk to, not knowing who might be gone at the end of this. I mean, you could be talking to somebody that you really like,
Can we bet on it?
um, or
Don't
whatever.
say
No, you
anything
cannot
now.
bet on it.
Okay.
Um, like
Say
I'll
no.
throw out a random name. I'm just gonna say I know he's not okay.
Don't
I'm just
say
gonna throw
that.
out Brad out there. Brad isn't going to be fighting in the war, of course. Anybody without uh ability abilities like that. Brad has some, but not But I'm just gonna use Brad as an example where let's say he was able to fight in the war and he was going to. This would kind of be your last chance to talk to him. In the worry that he might not make it through it. And that goes for everybody fighting in the war. I will list the people, of course, that are fighting in the war that have abilities, obviously.
This sucks, dude.
You have Sadie, you have Bond, you have Butch, you have Danielle, you have Kat, and I believe that's it. I believe it's just them. And the rest of them are more so going to be on the side. They're not in too much danger unless the other five lose the war. So it is 6 on 4, 6 on 5, I guess, if you want to put it like that. Yeah, 6 on 5. So obviously it's heavily in favor of EOD right now. I think that goes without saying. But yeah, keep in mind y'all need to over the
Oh,
next
so
couple of months, because
sorry.
I think it's going to take a
I'll
little
become the
while before
sidelines, the protector of the sidelines since I got enough
yeah,
power to hold them off. If you
yeah,
can catch
yeah,
them off guard.
yeah, exactly. But I was gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be a little while till I can get this out because this is going to take a lot of work. I probably am going to be a little bit burned out after this WrestleMania thing. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I think for tonight, I'm definitely not doing any work. Dog, I'm good. I am exhausted.
Imagine
Man.
living every day not knowing which one of your friends are gonna die.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. I mean, it could be, if you aren't careful and let's say you get into an argument with somebody before the war and then they go and end up passing away in the war, the last thing that you two are going to be saying to each other is whatever you were arguing about, whatever you said during it. So you have to be extremely careful and this entire thing. You have time. There's going to be a couple months. We can do a couple of nice little moments. Have them go on trips. Have them talk to each other. But chances are, you know, there's going to be some people that you're never gonna see again. by the end of this.
We can't even make the most of it because at least 2 of us won't wanna leave the house for next few weeks.
Yeah. I think Gracie being the main example. It's definitely, I think, a good idea to have Kendall kind of take control of this. Kendall and Danielle, because I think it goes without saying that they are the closest people to Gracie right now. Um, I think Gracie's definitely going to need some time. I think eventually she is going to come back into justice, of course, after, because all of this has been settled in terms of the differences. But yeah, Kendall and Danielle are going to be the two biggest piece movers here. Because all Gracie really needs right now is I Danielle too, but definitely Gracie just got the reveal that her sister was alive and kind of dead and whatever. I think eventually there's going to be a time and a place, but yes, and I know especially when it comes closer to the war, maybe within the last couple of days before we start releasing it, there's going to be some notes being made by everybody in Justice. Every person that is in the war, maybe even the sidelines, are going to do it. I don't know yet, but for sure, the people that are going to be marching in the battle are going to leave final messages, just in case they die. Um, of course, they could leave it and they could live through the war, but they want to be able to say what they want to say before they end up passing. So that's another thing that we could expect. It's it's a bad thing to think about. It's a tough situation. It's a tough topic, but you know, I think it was over a year ago, close to two at this point, that we have been, talking about this ever since the first ever preview video. The first ever preview video, Justice vs. the Epitome of Darkness. 2 years later, we are about to get it. We are extremely close. So yeah.
Can we do a massive tag team dark match?
A tag team dark match? You mean like a wait? What do you mean by that? And also, I want to mention, shit. What am I gonna say? Oh yeah. Okay. So going into the Slammy Awards, I might. I'm not sure yet because I don't want to like spoil the entire Slammy, but there's a chance that your boy is gonna require a little bit of assistance doing the Slammy Awards, especially when it comes to like the match of the year candidates or something like that. We know what number one is gonna be, but still, as for the rest of it,
Like a dark match where
Oh. I got you. I see. Like a dark match where we all pass. Okay. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I think for a couple people we could. I'll have to think about that. I might not do a tag team match, but I could do something like that if I wanted to. Because I know, Bond's, because if you look at it like this, Bond's last match would be against Raphael. Gracie and Danielle's last match would be against each other. Kat's last match would be against Devin. Um, Sadie hasn't. Her last match would be against Katie against Katie Bell.
Justice versus Friends.
And then, um, did I get all of them? I think I got all of them. Yeah. I just realized the only person. I realized everybody fighting in the war has lost their last match. Danny lost, Sadie lost, Bond lost, Kat lost. But well, Butch won. So, Butch is the only one to win his last match. Going into the war. You could say Gracie as well, but yeah. Damn, man. Damn. All right.
Bruh, I didn't even have my first match yet.
Brad didn't even have a match, and he's already sitting here like, damn, bro, what the hell is going on? Bro joined at the craziest time, bro. I know. It's hard. It's tough as hell. It really is tough as hell. It sucks to see how it's all going down. It could have been a lot less what's the word? It could have been a lot less sad, I guess is a word for it, but maybe.
Can we do a recap or some to lighten the mood in a little bit?
Yeah, we can
Who is going to have to debut in a nuclear wasteland?
we can talk a little bit about I guess what Vlad's gonna debut a nuclear wasteland. Yeah, we can talk about the rest of WrestleMania. I think there's not a lot we can really say about the main event. We know it's the best match. It had one of the craziest returns, craziest reveals, but of course, the rest of WrestleMania also happened. So I guess why don't we
After all smiling face
um
you gonna program in a nuclear bunker after year 5.
right. Dog, oh my god. All right. So, why don't we start off where we oh my god, 60 seconds. Okay, why don't we start off where WrestleMania picked up, of course. The first match, it was a Suicide Ride and 13XD, and I think that was definitely the best tag team match we've ever had. So I thought that was awesome. Suicide Ride crowning himself tag team champion. Some people believed they could do it, some people couldn't, but everybody wanted them to do it, and that's exactly what they did. And that was awesome. It was awesome to see them finally get their moment. They deserved it. They truly did deserve it.
Yeah,
I am happy for them. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. There was a lot of drama. And a little fun fact, that actually was the second longest match on the WrestleMania weekend. The second longest match. It was at 37 minutes long. And of course the longest was Danny and Gracie at 45. So yes, it was the second longest match on the weekend, which is kind of insane, but it was. But yeah, Suicide Ride, Conan the new tag team champion, awesome moment. Of course, after hers, we had that banger of a match with Starlight Kid and Max Armstrong, Scott Hunter. That was another banger. That was a great match. A couple of crazy spots. You had the German suplex off the apron, the Hiroshima spike at the end. Dog, he got murdered. But that was awesome. Another banger of a match. That sent Armstrong to night 3. We had a cool little end to the Ascension story, a non-title feud that actually ended up being pretty decent, which I thought was pretty cool. You had, of course, Kane finally reuniting with his true family and ending Erico to the best of his ability. That was awesome. We got Erico losing a match. That didn't age well, but hey, at the time it was cool. We had Warhawk retaining in that triple threat match. It wasn't the shortest match on WrestleMania, but yeah, it was one of the shortest matches. And he doesn't have to sleep on the couch anymore. He can sleep in a bed. We had Kat versus Devin Lynn. That was a banger. That was a hard hitting match.
What a PPV. So many people finishing their story.
Finish the story. Yeah, Kat easily did not finish her story. So
you get pinned by Angelica Lopez and then you pin Christina May the next match.
It's Kane's fault. It's Kane's fault. It's Kane's fault. Yo, what's up, Paul? Welcome. Yeah, we blame we blame Kane for this one. But hey. But yeah, so Cat versus Devin was a banger.
Devin was deaf on one of my personal
dude, it was hard hitting as hell. Yeah, I'm beat your ass. That's what I'm gonna do, don't you? But of course, with the debut of Akari, we did not get Cat winning. We did not get Cat winning, which was kind of crazy.
Devin is a sleeper. Yeah, Warhawk's match was insanely short.
Yeah, Devin Lynn is a sleeper. She is a sleeper. She's a great opponent, or a great wrestler. I mean, yeah, she puts on a lot of bangers. So respect to Devin.
Match type, obviously.
Beat your ass.
She has so much aura.
Yeah, Akari's debut, joining. Paul's gonna hate me, but hey, man, joining the Maverick University, brother. Good God, next time Jack gets online, man, it's not gonna be a good time.
Top 3 Mizoras.
Top 3 Mizoras, bro. That word is gonna give me a heart attack.
Joining Mavu, what did Jack offer her?
Bro, I don't even know, bro. I feel like Jack is just gonna be scared of her. It seems like it's good on paper, but doesn't realize that maybe bro's a little too insane to be having at a Maverick University. At least the others are somewhat like not psychopaths. Man.
Masturbate getting all the gold.
Basically, we'll come back to that. But yeah, Akari debuting, Devin Lin beats Cat Aisley. Crazy. And then, of course, the main event between Gracie and Kagetsu of night one. That was another crazy match. It's probably going to be in the top 5 matches of all time, maybe? It might be. I think it's definitely up there. Because I remember, yeah, I think it goes above a couple of them. So I think it'll be up there. Of course, it doesn't hold up to the night 3 one. But yeah,
Folded hands.
Kagetsu killing Alpha. And if you want to know something really cool, I'm gonna give you a cool little thing to think about. Is that what happened at Worlds Collide between Gracie and Kagetsu? Gracie killed the old Kagetsu, the Kagetsu that wasn't real, the fake Kagetsu. She killed it and brought out the real Kagetsu. What did Kagetsu do to Gracie? She killed Alpha, the fake Gracie, the old Gracie. It allowed her to kind of revitalize herself back into Gracie. She killed off Alpha, just like Gracie killed off the fake Kagetsu. So it kind of comes full circle. But the way that Kagetsu did it, by using the Swanton Bomb, the finisher that Gracie stopped using, ever since taking over as Alpha, and using the Alpha persona, obviously, and she didn't even go for a Swanton Bomb in either of her WrestleMania matches. Yeah, killing the old Kagetsu. And
The old Kagetsu.
yeah, she didn't hit a Swanton Bomb, and Kagetsu used the very move that started it all to end it all. Putting her foot on her chest, saying "Thank you for proving me right," and pinning Gracie for the 3 count, which was it was a sight to see. It was a sight to see because you would never expect that if Alpha was to lose, she was to lose like that, but she did. And of course, it goes without saying why she lost. It Alpha can't. Gracie, when she's Alpha, cannot be Kagetsu. I think that goes without saying. No matter how much you like Gracie, no matter how good she is, she's not mentally strong enough to be able to take down Kagetsu, and that got proven not only at Worlds Collide, not only at the Rumble before that, but at WrestleMania Night 1, and she lost again. But that was Night 1. Night 2, I started to it's like each night got better. But Night 2 kicked off with Paul and Eli Frost, a banger of a match, and it was the final, finally the redemption of Paul Mysterious, finally getting that championship win. And I said it on commentary, it felt so much more cathartic than year 2's WrestleMania win. He had to work for that. He had to claw for that. He had to lose everything for that, and he was able to get the job done. And a great match, by the way. That was Paul tore it down with Eli Frost. Amazing work. It was great. They did a great job. And Paul Mysterious, yeah, like I said, he finished the story. It was awesome. New Universal Champion 2-time, alongside being a 2-time Rumble winner. I see the heart. Thank you. Thank you. Afterward, we got damn, what came after that match? It was yes, Shannon and Keeley, right. So the Maverick University, like Brad said, taking over everything. Fucking Keely Judoshi with the help of Kira Jade, one of the newest additions to Mavu as a Bad Blood. Yeah, screwing it all over, and Shannon Rose had lost her championship. The Rebellion could not take her down.
Yo raising hands.
Yes, sir! Gianti's here.
Whack-ass University.
Whack-ass University. Hey, Gianti, remember the question I asked you yesterday? Let me know. Let me know what you want to do with that. About the stream. But yes, welcome anyway. Good to have you, man. We are on to night 2 right now. We talked about night 1. We're getting on the night 2. What was the match that came after that? Dog, I have a hard time remembering the match order of night 2. What is going on? Shit. Okay. Oh yes, TPZ and the Misfits. Here we go. All right. That was a fun match. You had T Generation X coming out to try and take down the Misfits, their longtime rivals, and they got the job done. It was a fun match. There was a lot of nice little moments in it. The Young Bucks, hey.
Let me join in.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. JNT will be coming in here. Let's go, baby. All right, JNT. You already started the party. You already fucking know. Let's go, baby. Here we go. I hope this works. Hold up a minute. All right, hello. We good?
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga. Hey, yo, guys in the chat. Can you hear him? Are we good to go? We got the audio working, right? It's gonna be a fun time getting that fucking main event. Jesus Christ, man. All right, check in. Yes, all right, dope. All right, so yeah, we had TPV dethroning the Misfits, and little fun fact, I'm not sure if anybody noticed, but the Misfits are the only members of the Empire of the Elite to lose at the end of the year. Isaiah won the Battle Royale, Joyce won the Battle Royale, Gianti retained, Raphael retained, Nevaeh. I don't know about Nevaeh, but but I don't know if that she didn't have a match. Anyway, then you had Warhawk retaining.
She had a moment, huh?
She had a moment, and the Misfits were the only people in the Empire of the Elite to lose around WrestleMania time. How is that gonna fare for them next year? Man,
Not very good.
not very good. Raphael's gonna be pissed. But yeah, they did aid in Raphael's victory in the end. But hey, yeah, TPC new tag team champions, very awesome moment. We move on to the match after that, which I somehow still can't remember the match order. What the fuck came after that match? Oh shit! Wait a minute, dog. I'm forgetting. I know every one of them was a title match. Franco and Max Martin. Okay, all right. So here's something really neat that happened that I'm not sure many people caught on. I know Gianti caught on to it because I told him, but when Max Martin made his entrance and he was standing in the ring, you saw Franco Nash teleporting around the ring. Now, if you notice, I didn't acknowledge that on commentary. Neither did Gianti. That was all in Max Martin's head. Because Franco isn't supernatural. He can't teleport. Everything that Max Martin was seeing as Franco Nash was about to enter was in his head. As a little side note. That's why the crowd was reacting. You didn't hear the crowd making any noise for it. Because they didn't see it. Only Max Martin saw it. And it got into the head of Max Martin. It definitely came back to bite him in the end because Franco Nash, of course, had always been saying, I'll break a leg. And throughout the entire match, targeting his leg before snapping it backwards, basically inverting his knee, or hyperextending his knee, whatever it is. Yeah, breaking it completely, and then, yeah, the leech locked in. Max Martin, props to him for how long he survived. He stayed in the leech with the broken leg and didn't tap out until like a little bit of time. Like he could have tapped out immediately, but he didn't. So props to him. But Franco Nash, of course, wins. And if y'all bet against Franco Nash in that match, man, I pray for you because good lord, Franco Nash is not gonna beat Kai, Akuma, Logan, and all of them, and then lose to Max Martin. I'm sorry. The logic on anybody picking Max Martin was crazy, but it's all right. Y'all lost your point on that one, but you get it back next year maybe. Regardless of the fact, though, we move on. It was Erico and Christina May, and this is where a really big reveal happened. Don't sleep on this reveal because of what happened on night 3. So you had Erico and Christina fighting it out. Now, the hooded person we had been talking about, it could have been a 50-50 thing. It's like, well, it seems like Erico could be working with her, but at the same time, Erico's kind of been confused too, and she's mad at this person, like, oh, well, don't get involved in my shit. So it almost seemed like the hooded person was a third party, until she wasn't. And it was all part of the plan of Erico. And a really good match. Erico taking her shirt off, that was cool. That was really cool.
I suggested it.
I suggested it. But it led to, I love how everybody was surprised at what Christina May was doing. If y'all, I know y'all don't know, but if y'all were here in year 1 to see Christina in her early days, bro, she is athletic as hell. And that came out big time, that match, with like the flip forward, handspring, front, I don't even know, man, into the stunner. But of course, the hooded person popping up. Yeah, bro. Double moonsault, corkscrew shooting star. No. But of course, the hooded person popping up on the apron, breaking up the pin. It was Mariko. Erico's friend from one of Erico's best friends from Havoc, not her sibling. I know that's a common misconception, but it is not her sibling. It is her best friend. And she joined up with Erico. But at the same time, the smiley faces in her eyes, it's like, well, she's also with Franco's faction, right? Or whatever, like the faction that they're trying to build, right? And of course, she cost to the match. Erico with 2 Infernal Rebirths ended up picking up the win, the new national champion. And I think that was a big surprise because I don't think many people expected Erico to walk out as champion. But ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, what Akira has done, not even on the main roster. Remember what she's done in Havoc. She's the greatest Havoc superstar of all time. She's had an amazing year despite not winning the World Tournament, despite not winning the Rumble. She has been a constant spotlight the entire year. She was in 2-3 storylines at a time sometimes. Actually, she was in 3 storylines at a time. She was in a storyline with Christina, a storyline with Franco, and a storyline with Angelica and the Ascension. She is in 3 stories at once. Erica might be one of the MVPs of the year. I'm not even going to lie to you. But it ended up getting her the national championship at the end of the year. And then, of course, after that, on the lead up to the Butch and Ian match, we got the reveal that Erico is the antler individual who has been Franco's leader, the leader of this faction that they're trying to build. And, of course, Mariko was there, too. So we have 3 members in this group. We have Erico, Mariko, and, of course, Franco. Going after these 7 deadly sins. And Brad said something really, really awesome that honestly is perfect to say, is that Erico is gathering and manipulating people into looking through her lenses, into seeing the world how only she sees the world. And that's leading to a lot of bad shit that's happening. And it's only a matter of time until this continues going in the next year. It's starting to become a big problem. But Erico, of course, revealed as the masked individual, and of course, we had the next target revealed. They said, we're going to let him finish his business no matter what brand he goes on next year is when he is done, showing Ian Yole is the next target of Franco Nash. You can't reveal much. We're going to save all that stuff for another time. Definitely a big story. I'm gonna let y'all know this story going on without saying anything spoilerish. Promise you, this is going to be one of the best stories I think we've ever told. So lock in for that. It's going to be awesome. And of course, going into Butch and Ian in the main event. Oh, Brad is 100% right. That was a great comparison. That Erico is just bringing in people to, yeah. Lock the fuck in.
Igor. I do need to talk to you after this, probably.
Uh-oh, Igor, you're in trouble. Wait, do I get to know?
We already talked about it.
Did we? Wait, DM me, Gianti, because I forgot. I think. Yeah. DM me what you're talking about. No, you're probably not in trouble. You didn't do anything, I don't think.
You're not in
but.
trouble, Igor.
I also said something about Franco Nash potentially being a case of super sanity.
Oh, yes. That was another good thing. Actually, I need to look up the definition again. I remember seeing that. I need to look it up again. Wait.
Hero, I got to DM you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Super sanity. Let me see. I gotta look this up again. It's not a. Oh, yeah. Self-awareness where characters acknowledge the absurdity in their world. Actually, let me look at the thing that Brad posted, because Brad had the best definition of it, I believe. 1 minute. I believe he posted it in the server. Hold on, Brad.
Look in DMs.
Okay, one moment. Let me find the image he put. Wait, I thought he put it in the Justice server. Am I tripping? Wait a minute, what?
Brad has the best D.
Paul is... Oh, man, alright.
Definition, sorry.
What the fuck?
Oh, the best definitely. No, you meant both of those, Paul. You meant both of those, bro. Shit, I can't find the image. Brad, can you repost the image in my DM that you sent, the screenshot of Super Sanity? Because for some reason I can't find it. I got you, Igor. Oh, yes. That's not here. Okay, so I'm gonna say something, right? So here's another thing for y'all to think about, right? Now, Erico is now the leader of this faction, and of course you have Mariko, you have Franco, but I have to ask, who else is Erico associated with? Who else is Erico now apparently dating? It's Akari. So here's the question that I have to beg: is Akari going to be a part of this story as well, while also being a part of the story going on with the Maverick University and Cat Easley? That's another question to think about. Is where she's going to lie, what she's going to do. Because Akari making her debut, or the big debut, the explosive debut, gotta wonder what comes next. But yeah. Brad, I am trying to find the You said the
Hold on,
image?
I sent the image.
Wait,
It's in
where?
Justice.
Oh,
He says it's injustice.
dog, why don't I see? Oh, you sent the image. I thought Brad sent the image. Oops. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, hold on. I looked up. Oh, yeah, okay, I looked up Brad sending images. My bad, my bad. It was you. Okay. The definition of. Oh, yeah. A person. Okay, super sanity is where a person is so lucid and normal they appear as crazy to others because it's beyond their comprehension. Okay. So, like, it's like Franco. Oh, man. Yeah, I love like definitions like that because it feels so like I said, it's incomprehensible. Like it's hard for me to comprehend that, but that's like the magic of it. Weirdly enough, damn man. Um, right. So we move on to our main event. It was Butch and Ian. This might be one of the most gruesome matches we've ever had. um, I think it's up there with the likes of Cat Nevaeh and shit because of the chains at the end, and then this one. The match with the banger, obviously. It really picked up when Bud pulled out claws and scratched the face of Ian right across the back, the rip. And then another one, bro. Dog, bro. Oh my dog. The whole chat was like, ah! ah! Yeah, Ian Ian suffered that match, bro. Good God, man. And it was very scary because, of course, you had Butch almost winning. You had Ian putting on the mask to taunt Butch and try to do anything to get rid of him. And, of course, low blow almost tried to end him. Butch kicked out. You had a flaming table spot. You had Advic trying to get involved with Robbie, of course, helping out the new GM of Velocity. And you had that near fall with the forearm out of midair from Ian. Of course, into the counter into the seventh heaven, and of course the win. It was a great match, definitely one of the best matches. It's gonna be on the top 5 male match of the year, probably top 3. Very excited to see where that lands. But yeah, Butch and Ian tore the house down in the main event of WrestleMania for the second year straight. Butch and Ian main event of WrestleMania, so congrats to them. That was awesome. And of course, second year in a row, congrats to also main event of WrestleMania. Gracie main evented 2 WrestleManias in a row, or not in a row, but damn near. So good for Gracie as well. But we move on to night 3, and this is where things get interesting. So I gotta ask. I hope y'all like those little videos I made. At the beginning of the show with the countdown, you had Let the World Burn, speaking on Gracie's emotions heading into the match, where she let the world burn for Danielle, all that shit. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. You had the next one, which is of course Worlds Will Never Know, the Danielle one, the black and white one, kind of speaking on how Danielle is feeling. You had Golden Hour, which is kind of the both of them. That was really cool. The art, by the way, oh my god, you'll see it posted later. That made me come. That made me ejaculate. I hope my parents aren't watching this. I'm kidding.
That is
Anyway.
that was the
Those
day when he was
videos are
somewhat
so sad,
working on it.
OMG.
Wait, say again,
I was a
Janty?
little bit. I said I was somewhat there while you were working on it too.
You were there for a little bit of it. Yeah, you were. And then of course you had the other one, the one that I had posted after the summertime. I decided to replay that one. But then we got into the show. You had Rafael Draco and Bon Jacob start off the show. One of the biggest matches going into WrestleMania, ending in the most heartbreaking way possible. Because this seemed like it was 110% going to be Bond's win to take. He had never won a world championship. He made a vow to his siblings to win a world championship. He made a vow to himself that if he dies in this war, he wants to complete the one thing he's never been able to do and win a world championship. And he failed. And that was not his fault. His own family turning its back on him. Nevaeh Hanna returning with a neck brace on and a mask to hide her curb-stomped face like Nyla. A Heaven's Calling, allowing to give Rafael Draco the opening for a spear and a victory. Bond was so close, man. And he deserved that more than anybody, bro. And Nevaeh screwed it all up. And if Bond ends up passing away in this war, then it's going to be even more bitter. Even more bitter. It really was sad. I was going to say something. I was going to say, damn it, what was I going to say? Shit. I don't know, but Nevaeh Hanna, yeah, joining the Empire of the Elite. She is the 8th member of the Empire. There's 8 of them now, bro. Stop this madness. Fuck.
I'm not sure.
Here, Janty, you pick up on that. I gotta try to remember what I was gonna say. It's pissing me off. You take control for a second. I'm tripping. Hold on 1 minute.
What topic are we on right now?
Wrath and
The
Bond. Wrath and
the
Bond.
Wrath and Bond. Yeah, Wrath and Bond. I was there for most of the match while he was editing. I was also there for the spots he
Commentary.
was also shooting out.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
there for
also commentary
commentary.
as well.
Yeah.
Uh, every everything in that match was pretty cool to see. We got a lot of things that we haven't seen Raph do in a while.
Oh yeah.
Also, left athleticism.
Yeah.
Uh, with
Superman
the,
punch.
the I guess a Superman punch. I guess.
A super
Uh,
Superman punch. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that was awesome. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I know, of course, you had Bond unmasking, and that might have been even more of a thing. Like, holy shit, Bond's gonna
oh
win. He
yeah,
took his
that's
mask
true.
off. It might have been hard to see, but you could see Bond had a scar on the side on his mouth. I'm not sure how easy that was to see, but there was one there. If you go back and look, you'll see it. But of course, taking his mask off for the first time, you get the Bond face reveal finally. It sadly did not. It did not. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I got it. So, if y'all know, this is the match that I had the hardest time picking a winner for.
Oh yeah,
You don't know how
that's
many
good.
times. Yeah, you don't know how many times I switched the winner on this match.
He
It
switched
started out.
the winners about like
Uh,
10 times,
I
if
did.
I'm
I
not.
really did. I really did. It started out as Raphael or something like that, or it might have started off as Bond. No, it started out as Bond, and then I switched it to Raphael. But then I did the whole story, and I was like, shit. I switched it back to Bond. I'm like, you know what? Bond deserves this moment. But then I'm like, but he has the longest reign, and I don't plan to end this story, so I switched it back to Raphael. But then the heart inside of me was like, but Bond can win. Like I can always just, and I gave it back to Bond, and I'm like, but no, it makes more sense for. So I just kept, I just kept going back and forth every couple days, and I finally stuck with my decision of Raphael. Paul, I know you hate me right now, but I'll give you a kiss. I promise it'll make it better. Um, so that started
I
off
don't
the
think
show.
that would make that any better.
Oh, it'll definitely make it better. Paul, you're just jealous. That's all.
Now back and forth is
I'm not
insane.
jealous.
Yeah, you are. You're just mad I won't give you a kiss. Um,
I
so,
wouldn't ask for one.
well, you wouldn't need to ask. I just do it.
No, that is sexual assault. Arrest this man.
Wait a
Arrest this
minute.
man.
Wait a
You
minute.
take this beauty, you're
But it's not. But it's not sexual assault if you like it.
I don't.
Fuck you. All right. So we move on. So we move on to Max and Igor. Another banger match. Max having two bangers on 3 nights of WrestleMania. So they went back and forth. It was a hot start. They were trying to smack each other around. And of course, you had the first person to ever kick out of the Sarbama, Max Armstrong. And it was only fitting that the first man to do it was the one man that Igor wasn't able to beat. It was Max Armstrong. He kicked out of it, but that only fired Igor up. He went and beat the shit out of his own face. That was terrifying. He goes on to try and hit the another Sarbama. Max was able to counter, almost had it. Igor was able to get the advantage, though. Hit like 20 Sarbamas into the don't even think about it. And of course, the don't even think about it is still yet to be kicked out of it. Igor Volkov picks up the win and finally gets back his gets back, not even gets back because he retained, but he finally, I guess, proved it to himself. Because one of the things that he always talked about himself was, I'm not the real global champion until I beat the man that I could never beat. And that's exactly what he is. And defining himself as the real global champion. I think that was another heartwarming
Well,
moment. Don't skip over that. But yeah, it was
yeah.
awesome.
Lucky enough that he doesn't have to cut his hair that much anymore
Yeah, he doesn't need to cut his hair. He's a happy man now. He's a happy man. Well, or somewhat happy man.
until he actually something goes wrong again.
until he can't break another until he can't break another unpin streak. He went to the Royal Rumble. No, I didn't eliminate everybody. I didn't. I eliminated 28. I eliminated not 18 people, not all 19. No, the Rumble win is ruined. He cuts his hair. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, Igor. I'm so sorry, Igor. But no, seriously, yeah. Igor, he has a lot of friends by his side. He's got Christina May still as his like partner in, not crime. What's the opposite of that? Whatever. Partner in training. He got the global championship. He finally beat the person he could never beat, and he's on top of the world. I believe he's higher up on the power rankings than ever before. I'm gonna have to check that, but that was awesome. Next match we got. Now it's funny because this was not the worst match of WrestleMania. I don't think there was a worst match because I don't think any of them were bad, but this wasn't the lowest rated match somehow. It's Maximus King and Matthew Cage. Actually, not a bad match. It was pretty enjoyable, except for the ending, where
I was
we
generally about to leave.
nah, bro. We had Matthew Cage hitting. Oh no, actually, we should talk about how Maximus King botched the foot hooked Atomico. He went to hit it and he completely tripped over the rope. So you got your first ever botch edit spot. I hope y'all liked it. But yeah, Maximus King, with the help of the Maverick University, taking out the referee, a rake to the eyes, 4 low blows, punching him in the Matthew Cages over and over again, and it ended up getting. As Brad would say,
Was resounding.
as Brad would say, punching Matthew in his goblins. He did it a couple times, and he ended up beating Matthew Cage in his second ever victory to win to win and become the interim takeover champion. So say he holds this title until Logan comes back. It's gonna be Logan Freeman versus Maximus King for the takeover championship.
Logan
With
doesn't
the help of Scary
pull
Sherry,
back up.
Yandere
Hit him with the
Jingashi, and the
bluegrass
college
forearm.
succubus.
One and done. I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop, bro. The disappointment from Matthew was resounding, bro. Yeah, I think Devin had like just put her arms out. She was like, "What are you doing?" Kira was just looking around like, "Bro, fucking Keely face palming, bro. It was perfect, bro." Blew up. The help of Scary Sherry. Yeah, Yandere. You said college. Oh my god, bro. Brad, how are you doing? This good fucking god. When Maximus King
If
becoming
Akari was
the
there,
takeover
she would have
champion.
freaked the fuck out.
Akari would
She
have got in the
would've
ring and beat the shit out of both of them and the referee. Put Maximus on top of Matthew. Be like, win, fucking idiot. um, stupid. But it was a fun match. We got Gianti Carter and Lila Kim after that match. That was pretty cool, bro. Gianti, all I'm gonna say, when Joyce Carter came into the chat, you don't know how hard I was trying to hold back. By the way, you really should have checked your DMs with Joyce like I was talking about, because you missed out on an opportunity. I was gonna have Joyce. I messaged her last night. I was gonna have her sit by ringside with me on calm, but you didn't check, brother. She missed that opportunity.
That's on me. You guys, things
Hey!
happened last night. I did not.
By the
check
way,
my messages.
actually, speaking of that, hey y'all, guess what? Remember what I was talking about? How I was supposed to go out with Joyce? What was it, 10:30? Guess what this man Gianti did to me? Hey, I'm gonna cut a promo on this man. Hey, guess what this man did to me? He said, don't be late. He said, don't be late. So I was like, I bet. I got there at 10:20. I'm sitting here. It's 10:40. I'm like, he's a little late. That's okay. At least he'll get it. Guess what? Bro started doing other shit. I'm just like, man. It made sense. It was important other stuff. But at the same time, I was like, fuck. Because I knew I wouldn't really. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that tonight. I mean, unless we find a way. But after the fucking reveal of Haley, I don't know.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm Igor. Sorry to cut you short here on your little promo.
Beat your ass,
Igor.
bro.
Ooh, I'm gonna drop your ass.
Oh, I'm gonna
Anyway.
penetrate you, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Talk to Igor.
What?
Huh?
Anyway, Igor, you little Albanian boy.
Uh-oh.
You are a smart man. I give you
Oh.
that.
Oh. Whoa.
When you did make that somewhat half prediction that Haley was an archangel,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did somewhat agree with you. I thought about it like it wouldn't be crazy to hear the fact that this person's not actually dead.
Smile dog. Why does the emoji look like that on PlayStation, bro? What the fuck? Bro.
Also, to state out the fact, Okay, was uh Archangel, aka Haley's body found when she was dead? Was it like
So
there? Like,
I will explain that in 1 second. Let me go ahead and get to that match, but I will explain that. I will explain what happened, right? So we're okay. So yeah, we had Janty Lila. That was a great match. We had Joyce in the chat. We had Kat in the chat. Chrissy was in the chat. Igor, Mac, Paul, Butch. Well, Butch was watching. And then Small Dog, of course, Brad. You got everybody there. Everybody was there. Everybody was chilling. And Uzi, did Uzi pop? I think Uzi popped up for the next match. But anyway,
Uzi popped up a little bit. He
yeah,
lost
yeah.
that every other match up to the main event.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. So we had a dude. That was a fire match. It wasn't like short, but dude, it started out like Project missed it in the first like couple minutes of the match. Bro was not messing around. Honestly, I'm gonna ask a question and be honest, but I do wonder because of how much went down in that amount of time. Do we consider Lila Kim and Deontay Carter at WrestleMania a match of the year candidate? Obviously, I don't think it's going to get top 5, but just for the sake of it, does that actually end up on the match of the year candidates list? I am curious. I want to ask y'all about that. I think it was probably the second or third best match of the night, of night 3. So I do have to ask, just for the hell of it, just to see if we can get you out here another match of the year candidate. Yeah, well, she had one against Christina. She had one against. Yeah, I think you have 2 or 3. Let me check. I know you have one against Christina. You have one against Danielle. I'm gonna actually look at any other ones. Let me see. Matches you candidate for year 4.
We would have considered Devin versus me. I forgot what week it was on, but it was a very good match though.
Oh, the one before. Yeah, the one on the. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay, so you had so yeah, two matches of your candidates. It was Christina and Danielle. So yeah, this is a question for y'all. Does Lila Kim and Janty Carter get on match of the year candidates for night 3? That is my question I posed for y'all. And in the meantime, I will move on to Nyla and Ayla. Now, I like how the entire chat was rooting for Nyla, and then it was just Chrissy on the side, just like I want Ayla to win. Probably. All right. Sure. Why not? Let's stick it on there. But yeah, no, yeah. She's like, I want Ayla to win. It's like, well, hey, to each their own. I didn't say nothing because I get why. I get why. It was just funny how the entire chat was like, let's go, Nyla. And then the one person in the crowd like, woo! Ayla! I love you!
Everybody turns towards her.
Where is Chrissy, by the way? She has not popped up in a post stream. Well, I haven't done like any post stream. Now that I think about it, this is the first one, but Chrissy is not here. But
Chrissy picks so weirdly.
dog, she's fucking hilarious though, bro. She's fucking hilarious, bro.
She really is.
But yeah, Chrissy. Well, wait, didn't she do something? Wasn't she rooting for like who she? There was another match she did that for. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was.
She said something about Matthew.
Oh, Matthew's hot, huh? I'm not gonna say no, but like to each their own. He's not ugly, but it's like it was funny how that just came out of nowhere. Like, I see. She said Matthew was hot. Oh yeah, she wanted Max to win. I remember that, probably because of the night 1 match. Although she said she's been watching since year 3, so I'm sure she knows about you, but I don't know. She wasn't mad that you won though. She was cool. I think it looked like she changed her mind. She was like, never mind, that was sick or something like that. I don't remember what she said, but Chrissy's cool. I hope she joins up on the stream at some point. But moving on, we had Nyla and Ayla, right? So they tore the half done. They had a great match. It was awesome. There was a lot of brawling in that match. I think if it went longer, it could have been on match of the year candidates, but it doesn't need to be. It was still a great match. A couple of great spots. Ayla actually looked like the MVP of the match. I'm not even gonna lie, she killed it. But of course, her inexperience against Nyla. It's funny because at the very end of the match, Nyla missed the temper shock. And what always happens when Nyla misses the temper shock? The opponent of Nyla runs at her and they get caught with the mood shift. That's exactly what Ayla did. But Ayla countered. And she's like, haha, I got you. So she ran at her again. And then got hit with it. Temper shock, no. I got you. You thought you were going to hit me with that. I'm going to get,
It's like the AJ Styles and Randy Orton thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then she proceeds to get hit with it anyway. Ayla is hilarious, bro. Honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait for y'all to see what Ayla has in store. The only person that I think knows about what Ayla is going to be doing is Max, I believe. Because he was like in the co-owner role a while back, and I believe I did tell him about that. So the only person that knows what Ayla has coming for her is Max, and Max knows. Max knows what's gonna go. I told you a little bit. When we were talking about the future booking. So Janty knows a little bit, but not all of it. Not all of it yet. But yeah, Ayla's honestly one of my favorite characters. She's in my top 10. I love Ayla. But she did end up losing. Nyla picking up the win, the 2-time Heritage Champion. Good shit. Now we move on, Janty, to what has been voted as the greatest match of all time. It was made official. So Danny and Gracie grabbing that number 1 spot, and the match was, needless to say, absolutely ridiculous. Very emotional because, of course, before the match we also had a couple more. We had that last chance video, and of course that speaks to how what Gracie has been saying, how she feels like this might be her last chance at a lot of things. Her last chance at redemption, her last chance at love, her last chance at being happy before everything goes wrong, maybe, which is exactly what happened. But of course, she's speaking to it. This is my last chance. And afterwards, we had that little video where it almost was like Gracie and Danny were talking to each other. With Danny with the blue text, Gracie with the red text, they were kind of talking to each other, yelling at each other, getting out their emotions in the form of a promo video before their match. And of course, you had Under the Tree play, and then we got to the main event. So we started off, of course, hot. They were going at each other. It took a little bit of warming up. Gracie seemed a little bit hesitant during the early portions of that matchup, like how she was getting caught with a lot of things in the early match, like the Meteora and whatnot. Oh shit, bye, Paul. he heard about the match. He's like, shit, I don't want to cry again. Let me leave. No, I know. Paul's heading out to do. He's got like an event that he's having for a couple nights. That's what he's doing. But yeah, peace out, Paul. But
At least
yeah.
he made it to the.
Dude, I'm just glad he was there for the show, bro. If he missed that, I would have been so sad, bro. Bro, you worried me too, because you weren't there for a minute. I was like, where is he? He's gonna miss it. I was like, you're not coming? And then you popped out. I was like, oh shit, thank God.
Oh no. Okay, listen. I wasn't there for the entrance, and I wasn't there for the break before the match.
That's okay, because you already saw that stuff.
I was watching a Murph's video. So yeah.
Middle of WrestleMania. All right. Well, anyway, luckily you at least were there for the match. So that's good. But anyway, so match was crazy. It was very emotional, that's for sure. Because later in the match, when Gracie was just hitting her with Bloody Sunday after Bloody Sunday after Bloody Sunday, and she would not die. And she ended up accidentally going crazy again, like she did on that one week. She bloodied her up, and that is when it all started to happen again. She began to break down just like she did that one week. Like, holy shit, I've done it again. And that gave Danny the advantage, but she was able to capitalize with a couple of crazy moves. And Gracie still could not put her away. And there was a lot of crazy close calls in that match. By the way, not to toot my own horn, but I was so proud of my commentary that match, bro. I wanna suck my own dick right now. But what? I just have joints. Sorry. Anyway, so moving on. I'm sorry. Moving on. What was I saying? Right. So later in that matchup, where Gracie, because seemed to struggle to put her away, she actually ended up hitting a PMI, saying "I'm sorry and I love you," like Brad pointed out, kind of like the Ric Flair thing. And she hit the PMI, and Danielle Garcia kicked out, the only person in PCW history, including Havoc, to ever kick out of the PMI. I think it's been 3 years. 3+ years, and nobody's been able to kick out of it until now. Danielle Garcia, the first person to power out of the PMI. And Gracie began to lose it. She thought that was it. She wanted it to be over. She didn't want to fight anymore. Also should mention, yeah, they tore the entire ring up after Slick Rick got knocked out. I probably should actually talk about this first before the PMI part. But yeah, Slick Rick got accidentally knocked out. Yeah. Slick Rick got knocked down, and Gracie ended up throwing him out of the ring. And of course, Gracie wasn't trying to cheat. They knew what they had to do. This had to be deeper than just a normal match. So they both, with kind of a mutual understanding, tore up the ring and began to destroy each other. You had the double foot stomp to the back of the head. Danny in a last ditch effort, a top rope rainbow raid out of nowhere, both of them down. It was wild. And it ended up being, of course, the PMI, 13XZ coming out after that. And what might actually be the face turn of the year, I guess you could call it, where of course, 13XZ trying to attack. Danny takes 3 of them out, but can't take out the second in command, Ani. Gracie sees this, and for a minute, she's wondering what to do. She's like, what do I do? Until the choice was obvious. A stomp to the back of the head, a PMI, Gracie Lewis officially, if it hasn't been made official yet, leaving 13XD and finally distancing herself from the group. And it just all came down to Danny and Gracie. And that is when we got the PMI spot, the kick out. Gracie starting to lose it in the corner. And we got closer and closer to the ending spot, the Bloody Sunday and another PMI. And Gracie didn't go for the cover. She couldn't do it. There was something about her, though. She could not finish the job. She didn't want to pin her at that point. Because you also saw after the match, she was asking Danny how she lost. How did you lose? How did you lose? You weren't supposed to lose. She wanted Danielle to beat her, and Danielle couldn't. Gracie, at the end of the day, got what she wanted. Even though she didn't want it anymore, but you know what she'd been saying, she always wanted to be number one. She always wanted to beat Danielle. Danny's always been able to beat her, but finally Gracie beats Danielle for the first time in her career. But at what cost, as people have said, because that's not what mattered anymore. And of course, you know, the last PMI off the slap, and it was over.
Yeah. Real quick, I do have to say, before we even get onto that last part of the show, the FBI was hella fucking slow.
Look, bro, they didn't work out. They weren't expecting it. They were like, we got a chill night. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's the Archangel! Oh hell no! Or as I used to say, the Archangel. But anyway.
It's the angle, bro.
It's the angle. Oh hell no! Get her ass! But yeah, after the match, of course, like I said, Gracie would lose in it. She's like, "How did you lose? How did you lose? You were not supposed to lose." Because she wanted Danny to beat her, and she was trying to apologize and saying stuff like that. And Danny had said, "I'm sorry too." And Gracie was like, "You didn't do anything wrong though. Like this entire time has been my fault. How can you apologize for something that wasn't your fault?"
Put on that thing, cuz up.
Yeah, and Danny proceeds to something that we were waiting for, something that Gianti was actually hoping for a long time, was just to see the both of them share a kiss, and that's exactly what they did. Finally, after 13 years of basically pain, not being able to express their emotions to each other, finally pays off in the middle of their home country, in the middle of WrestleMania against each other. Finally, a shared kiss, and Danny said, "I am sorry for not doing this sooner," which was a, you know, but it could have ended there, and it could have been happy. But we got the return of the Archangel. She wiped out Danny. She wiped out Gracie.
Really
she grabbed her by the
beat your
throat.
ass for letting that shit happen.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, don't worry. We got the group chat. But anyway. Anyway. Oh, yeah. I actually need to give you something. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Janty?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Do you remember what we were talking about after WrestleMania goes off there? I had to give you the information to something so you could do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give that to you soon. Probably after a little bit, because, you know, Gracie right now is, you know. But anyway, so, yeah, Archangel appeared. She grabbed her by the throat, and she's like, "I'm happy to see you again. We can finally, you know, talk to each other in person," because they never got the chance to do that. This is the first time that they were actually seeing each other face to face, besides the Year One Rumble or whatever, right? But of course, Gracie is just worried as hell, for one. Not even a fact. She's not worried. And one of the things is that, despite everything that Gracie's done or been through, you have to realize how selfless she really was. Where the first thing she said while being grabbed was, "Don't hurt her," talking about Danielle. She wasn't thinking of herself. She was thinking of Danielle in that moment, which is a big teller of how selfless she is. How what's really important to Gracie. She doesn't really care about her own life. She cares about Danny's. And that should prove it to anybody who does not believe it. But, of course, another thing I want to touch on. Now, I want to touch on what happened when Gracie got her wristband knocked off. Now Gianti knew about this because this is something that Gracie had shared with KC one time. Because I think Casey and I don't remember exactly what happened. But I think Casey and Danny were hanging out, I believe, at one day, and Gracie obviously was always wearing like a wristband or something, but she had a hoodie covering it. Alfred might, yeah, exactly. But she was wearing a hoodie or something. I think there was something Gracie did that made the hoodie sleeve drop down a little bit, and Casey ended up seeing that on her arm. Now, of course, this might be a sensitive topic, so if it is, make sure you take a second to let us talk about this, and, you know, if it is a sensitive topic. But of course, it was pretty self-explanatory what that was. That I think during the entire thing with Casey, blaming herself for, you know, what she'd done to Danny with the whole Casey thing, and even before that, everything that happened in the past week. I believe that was after, like, week 16, 17, 18 is when that incident happened. She stopped doing it, but of course the marks were still there. And, you know, I'm not going to get into all this, but I have had experience talking to people that have actually done that before. One of the people that I used to, I don't talk to, oh yeah, both of us. We just had experience, you know, knowing people. I don't think we talk to them anymore. I don't, but people we know used to do that.
I still talk to the people.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, mine, I don't, but, you know, the people, we've seen that before, and it hits a little deeper seeing that it's somebody so close to you, like Gracie, that did that to themselves. And the way that Danny had looked at her was, you know, kind of just a mix of shock and sadness, but also, like, it's not guilt, but also, like, a little bit of, like, I should have known on her face or something like that. And Gracie tried to get her to ignore it. Like, it doesn't matter. We can talk about this later. It doesn't matter right now. We need to focus on what's going on right now. And of course, you know, egging Danny on as referee was getting up. She hits Danny in the back and it's like, come on, don't worry about it. I'm right here. And also to mention Danny hitting a rainbow raid on Flick Rick to grab kendo sticks. Another great moment, but yeah, beating the hell out of each other regardless. And they got to the final portion of the match, of course, where the end of the match happened. Now, back to the Archangel thing. Archangel, while grabbing her, had taken her necklace off and put it on herself. And of course, Gracie was mad. She's like, "Oh, give that back! Give that back! You know, that's mine. You don't touch that shit. I'll get that off your fucking neck." And Archangel, of course, said, "You know, why am I not allowed to wear it for at least a little bit? After all, it was the gift I gave you. After all, you know what I mean?" And in that moment, with the realization, where Gracie realized what Archangel just said, she's like, "Wait a minute, huh?" And she looked her in the eyes, and she saw it. She saw Haley. And, of course, Archangel, "I missed you," or something like that. "I missed you, my Daisy," and let her go. And we got the reveal that Haley Lewis is the Archangel. Now, of course, if you were there to see Justice Chat, I think it's pretty self-explanatory that it's Haley's body. But it's not Haley's mind. It's a mixture of Zaya, I guess, in a way. It's kind of hard to put it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain because it's like multiple different people. Like, you have Zaya in there, but then you have who Archangel at the core is. You know what I mean? And it also explains why Archangel was somewhat in the supernatural aspect throughout her entire career. It was Zaya. Why she was so decayed. Now, of course, you know, letting her go, wiping out Danny again. Here comes the FBI, 4 of them, and more to come. I think there were more coming out after, but Archangel had thought that. She's like, "Okay, I'm done, bro." she's like, "Well, I guess that's a good talk, I guess," and then disappeared. That's my cue. And she did what she needed to do. Archangel wasn't there to kill. She was there to do something worth. Not to kill Gracie, but to destroy Gracie from within. To make Justice even weaker. Because I think right now it's not the case, but I think it's not an unpopular thing to say that, of course, with the passing of Adrian, somebody who might be a pillar of justice to keep them together would be Gracie. And after this incident, Archangel kind of destroyed everything Gracie had ever worked for, because her entire life was part of her entire life was that necklace and honoring her sister and fighting for her sister, and then learning that all of that was for nothing, because her sister was never gone; she was only overtaken. Now this leads into the question of how this happened, and this is what I will talk about. So stick around. Here we go. Now, as you know, a long time ago, Haley and Gracie, of course, are normal. They're sisters. Haley was the one that got Gracie into wrestling and all that shit. She was always wearing the necklace and all that. But, you know, eventually at some point, Haley began to start decaying. She started to get sick, and even Haley didn't know what it was. And of course, she ended up bedridden after some time, trying to fight this. The doctors didn't know how to cure it, because how would they know what this is? You know what I mean? They don't know what this is. It's the fucking demon. But the question always begs is, how did Zaya get in Haley? Because you know Haley didn't put it in herself. You know the other demon lords couldn't, because they weren't around. So who did? Who put Zaya in Haley? That we don't know. That you will find out. But regardless of the fact, Haley had actually ended up pushing Gracie away, because Haley never died. I should tell you. I mean, Haley died, but Haley never died. She gave Gracie her necklace and, you know, sent her away. And as Gracie was gone, she was pronounced dead, right? But she never died. Haley faded away, I guess is the better way to put it, where in the brain, of course, you have Haley, and she, you know, saying her goodbyes to Gracie and all that. And of course, later on, the Haley inside of her, that flame that Haley has, slowly burns out. It dies out until poof, and then a different flame starts to build. It's the flame of Zaya taking over that head. The body's still intact in some way, and Haley basically is pushed into the depths of wherever and being completely overtaken by the strength of Zaya. And that led to Zaya taking over the body. And of course, where did Gracie go? She went to PCW. So who followed after? Archangel. The final two in year one's Rumble. The Archangel and Gracie Lewis. You had everything to do with Archangel behind the scenes, constantly trying to talk to Gracie and find her in person and be like, oh, I can't wait to see you and all that shit. Always focusing on Gracie the whole time. Yeah, it's Haley, because it's like we talked about with like different people, where when you are taken over by something like this, a part of you still remains. Because your brain doesn't disappear. A part of Haley is still there, but it's been corrupted and manipulated to where her love for Gracie has been turned into a. It's hard to say, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory for what I'm talking about. But regardless,
This sounds some Star Wars type shit, bro.
see, you know what's funny is I never even watched Star Wars, so. But
If you watch the clip of Darth Vader revealing himself
Oh.
father, it's fucking.
I know what you're talking
Put
about.
that together is somewhat relatable.
They're like, no way. But yeah, so yeah, about the body thing that you asked, Haley's body, I guess, technically was buried. Yes, she was put probably in a coffin and or something, and was taken away. But of course, with the body not being dead, there's still something inside of it. Archangel gets out and she goes free, and. You know.
How the fuck she get out the house?
Okay. She didn't get buried, because then she'd be fucking trapped. But I mean, before that, whatever happened, she got out, right? And but imagine the reaction, like in the middle of the funeral, she just gets out of the coffin, like, damn, that shit hurt.
And that shit.
The open casket funeral. Oh, damn shit. Oh, what's up, y'all?
What's up, guys?
He's alive. Yeah, she's like a half corpse. So it's kind of crazy to say that. Do y'all remember that one art that I made. It was in the Justice and Epitome of Darkness openings and endings video. It was the first ending, right? It was the one where Archangel had her hand on a photo of Gracie Lewis. There was another little hint right there. That also makes sense. That plants the seed. Now, this has been a decision I've made for a while now. Like, it's been about 2 years since I decided that this would be the case. That I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Haley is Archangel or whatever, right? Coming up with Haley, or well, no, I mean, she was always there, but you get what I mean. It's been a long time leading up to this moment, and we finally got to reveal. Probably, this is what I'm talking about when I say this shit is like an anime, bro. But I know y'all were worried as hell thinking Gracie was probably about to die, bro. I know y'all were worried, bro. But she didn't. She might have gotten a worse fate than that. But regardless, we got the reveal. Now, here's the next section. Do we have any? I would assume not. But do we have any questions about any of this? Because I don't know if so or not. But just to ask anyway, I'll answer all of them.
It's a genuine question for me.
Okay.
So, talking about what I've said all the time about Gracie's supposed dead sister, which is Archangel, is it too late to take back that I said I was sorry about that?
To say you were sorry about what? Wait, about what exactly?
All the things that I said. You thought I was gonna make a joke about that.
All the things she said. Sorry.
Yeah. Me saying that. I forgot what I said. It was something. It was something about beating the fuck out of her if she was still alive, which she is.
Oh, you said if Haley was still alive, you shoot her. That's what you said.
Yeah, that is what I said. My fault. I need it for real.
I don't think you should bring it up because it seems like y'all have already moved past that point because y'all are on good terms now. So I don't think it's worth bringing up. But you know, if she does mention it, then I guess would have to say something. But if she doesn't mention it, then she probably isn't thinking about it. But
yeah, I'm just generally asking you.
Yeah, I would say I'd say it'd be all right. Just don't say anything else. That's what I would say. Yeah, no, yeah. So anybody else got any questions? Anything that y'all want to know, that y'all want to ask, or have we kind of covered everything? Because, goddamn.
Let's just talk about how Hero loves to torture his own characters.
Dog, listen, it's for the sake of the story, okay? Come on, bro. Come
That's
on.
what you always say.
But it's true. I just saw your DM, Gracie, right now, bro. That is true, though. Sadly.
Yeah, it is true.
I'm pretty sure we covered everything. Yeah, don't really know what else we have. The rest of the story just needs to unfold. So I will tell you what you can expect within the next 2 months or so, since we have finished the year. Of course, expect the Slammy Award, expect the all-time Slammy Award, expect the all-time rankings list, expect maybe a couple other little fun things. I maybe some dark matches, maybe some side videos, like, you know, the future concept video that I was talking about. We could do that. But after I finish the main things like the Slammy Awards and the all-time rankings list, it's where it begins. I'm going to finish writing the story. I have the entire story between the whole Justice thing mapped out, but I was kind of writing like a script for it, and I've only finished 3 episodes of it. I have 12 more to go, but I haven't worked on it in a long time. So I have a lot more to write, but I will get to it. And then once I'm finished writing the script for it, I can begin making the first opening and the first ending. And once I do that, then I can start working on the war itself. It's been 2 years since I did that, but it's crazy that we're almost here, man. It's crazy that we're almost here. After all this time, we actually are going to see the war in the next year and a half. Like next year, I would say. I think year and a half too long, but within the next year, you most likely are going to see the war. I'm gonna work very hard.
Yeah.
I want you to believe me, because I want this to come out soon. But keep in mind how difficult this is going to be, especially for me. The preview video itself took, I think, 2-3 weeks, but it also cut a lot of stuff out. That was spoilers. So, yeah.
I do have to say, guys, Hero did spoil something for me.
Hmm?
This whole
Yeah,
thing is gonna
that's true.
end up with everyone getting nuked. Everyone's dead now.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
kidding.
guys. No, he's right. Sorry, guys. I actually just end up killing everybody off. The vigilante actually ends up being Benjamin, and he brings out an entire nuclear warfare type of weapon. It's an atom bomb, actually, and yeah, and ends up killing everybody. So yeah, sorry, guys. It's only one episode.
It's an atom bomb fused with purple hollow, a hollow purple. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and just
yeah,
blows everything up.
yeah. So sorry, guys. Dog,
We grab Walka.
shut up, Brad. All right, so. I think one thing that I want to talk about now, I don't think we're gonna go through everything because I definitely want to leave a lot of it up for surprise. But another thing that is a topic of conversation is the Slammy Awards. Now, there's a lot of categories. There's male superstar of the year, female superstar tag team of the year. Now, I'm gonna go over a couple of these, and I'm gonna combine me and Gianti's opinion. Me and Gianti are probably gonna do this in our own time, but we're gonna kind of go off our opinions and everybody else's opinion to come to a conclusion. So, show of hands, who is still in the chat, so I can make sure I get a good array of opinions here. Because I don't want to do it at just like one or two people here. I want to have a couple people that are able to give their opinions on a lot of this stuff. So, little show of hands. If not, we can do this another day. Maybe earlier in the day, especially when everybody is a little more
I'm
free.
still kinda here.
He's still kind of here. Okay, Brad's half here. Who else? Who else is sticking around? Anybody else? Anybody else here? Wait, what?
I haven't seen Max or Igor type in a while, but there is
Yeah.
5 people here.
Almost here.
Okay, Igor's still here. Almost here. Don't know what that means, but true. I
Rose confused. I'm guessing.
I don't know if Max is here. He might have left. We might save this for another day because Paul also isn't able to be here. He's out at an event, so we might save this for another day. We got some time anyway, so I'll probably talk it over with Janty for a little bit. And I can get y'all's opinion on another day and see. By it's been a crazy year, a crazy WrestleMania. I want to thank you all for being here. Of course, also to thank Jayanti for being on comms with me. That was a lot of fun. There was also a part that I cut out when I said I was gonna come when I saw Christina's entrance. I decided to cut that out. Jayanti remembers that.
He knows
probably.
why.
We don't talk about
Well, actually, yeah.
it. we don't talk about it. But anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. It's been a great year. I will see y'all at the Slammy Awards. Don't worry. I will have a little end of the year message as I always do at the Slammy Award.
Yeah.
Brad, do not make that face at me. Regardless, thank you all. I will catch you in chat. I will catch you over the next couple days with some more updates on what's going to be happening. And I will see y'all soon. Thank you, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, everybody. Wait.
I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Guys, I'ma say a word.
Oh, God. You're going to get me canceled.
I am.